accounting, then process document 20 is the serial, and then there's a SAP training folder, S/4HANA training folder recorded. So here you will find all the decks, all the courses which we going to present are already presented. So today, today we are just working on performing closing. You can come in there. You will find the recording as well. After that, I will put it there. So here you find this deck. First thing is that. Second thing that for the training purpose, if you want to do something entry in the training server, so also in the same main folder, S/4HANA training recording folder, there's an Excel file called SAP user ID. So just open this thing. It has username and password. So the server name is 2031 C Rice. And these on column B, you will find the username, and column C is the password. So just copy username, password, and names are also assigned. So you can use your any username with your name, but if your name is not there, still you can use any of the username because it's just for the training purpose. So it will not restrict you or someone else. So now going back, this thing. Okay. Okay, this course is very short and it's relating to performing closing. As you know that we are just transferring from ECC to S/4HANA, so means that it's only the upgrade model or upgrade version of ECC. So you can expect same things in that in all the modules, but there are some little changes or you can say that improvement. So now there are more, you can say that you find it easy to close the things month end and year end. So like the overview. So first of all, perform closing. So it we explore simplify. So main purpose, as I said, that simplify and enhance both month and year end. This we'll see in later in the slides and T codes that what made this thing easiness. So there are three T codes or three areas for the month end. It's foreign currency valuation thing stuff. This we'll discuss, and the period end, how to close the period end in month wise, and the year end, the T code is in FAGL, GBTR. So these three areas we'll discuss in depth later on. So future changes. First of all, please interrupt me if there is any question arises because I'm just focusing on presentation, so I might not see your hands. So please ask anything if you want during the presentation. So going back, so future changes. So FAGL transaction single valuation. Okay, so this T code FAGL FCV, it's for the foreign currency valuation. So in the code, you can not only evaluate general ledger, but also sub ledger accounts. How this will we will see practically later on. Second thing that for when you are closing the year, so currently you are doing that for the subledgers like APAR and asset accounting, you have to use F.07. So this will no longer needed to do this thing. Only one T code FAGL GVTR is required. This will carry forward all the balances from GL and subledgers to next year. So this is a good thing that one is less. And the third point is runs include GLAP, this I told you, and automatically on any late posting. So this function, like on the 1st of, if we take the example of 1st of April, on 30th March, you run this T code, it will carry forward the balances to the next fiscal year. So, but later on, if you find that you have to enter some transaction in the previous month, so once you added this thing or posted in the previous month or previous fiscal year, this the beauty of this T code is that you don't need to run it again. So automatically the balances will be updated. So this is one of the key feature, you can say that it helps. Fourth point is your transaction must be executed on the, yeah, this is just for the information that transaction must be executed on the first day of the fiscal year. This you know that because this is needed. Whether you close the period or not, you have to transfer it. You can do the closing later on. So this is just for FYI. Finance FI and controlling shares a single data source. Yes, for the period, this I will show you what does it mean. That is same closing period are same for the finance and controlling. There's nothing different, and we'll see with this T code. So it's just for the overview how the month end goes and year end goes, and month managed accrual and reversal. So process unchanged in S/4HANA. So what you are doing for the accrual and reversal, whatever the practice you are following, same thing you have to follow S/4HANA. So nothing has changed for related to accrual and reversal. For foreign currency, as I mentioned that now with this T code, you can evaluate GL accounts as well as subledgers. This we'll see practically in when we just log into the system. GL reconciliation, same process, unchanged S/4HANA, nothing has changed. What you are doing currently, you can follow this same stuff. Close, same T code you are using to open and close the period. So the procedure is same. Year end, complete month end. Yes, so it's general information that before closing the year, you have to complete or close all the month end. Whatever the months open, you have to close this thing, then go for the year end thing. Assets accounting, same thing like asset accounting. There's an additional T code, AJAP. So this we have to before the year end, we have to use this T code AJAP. This we'll discuss in detail in asset related training. Balance carry forward again FAGL GVTR. This single code or T code will help you to transfer balances relating to GL as well as subledgers. So there's no other T code, only one. So this is quite helpful. Moving forward, month-end closing. So same thing we already discussed. Thing the node, the accrual reversal, and GL remains unchanged in the system. Yes, not covered in this course because they are saying that whatever you are doing currently, same follow this thing for the reconciliation purpose. Foreign currency. So a single valuation result now support for both GL and subledger. So we'll log into the system and see. So T code detailed steps are in the deck, but will we can go to the, so this is how we can log in, go to the 31 server. Uh, as I mentioned that go here in that sheet, take the password from there and the user details. So copy it. Okay, so just copying that. So now we are checking that how this foreign currency valuation has done in the new S/4HANA, what are the benefits and how it looks like. So in case if we have some balances and we want to evaluate, so this is how we can do it. So go to the company code, we know that valuation area because it's unrealized gain and loss. So we always select this thing. Reversal will be done in the next month. So like for example, we want to do on 30th of April and its reversal should be done on 1st of May. So here you can just use this thing. Test data is there. And here you will see. So this is what the in the deck it was mentioned that with the single T code, you can evaluate the foreign currency balance for the subledger as well as for GL account. So if we have some vendor which has balances and balance in foreign currency, and we want to uh, reevaluate according to the current rate. So simply for supplier and customer both are applicable. Go to the supply, select supplier, then any supplier which has a foreign currency balance, select this thing. Or if you have some GL account, same thing, you can click here, mention the GL account, and then just run it. It's a test run. So as there is no balance in there's no specific vendor we have in foreign currency. If there is something, so it will show the entry. Simply just select the subledger, and as our valuation date is April 30th, so reversal will be done on the 1st of May. So it's quite simple and easy if you want to evaluate any of the foreign currency balance. So this is how it works. Again, details are there in the deck. You can just scroll down, find all the details accordingly, just change it. And there's an example as well that how it looks like if there is some balance. So next one is close deal account. So it's remained the same, nothing has changed during the month and T code enter. So I'll check. Select your variant, it's 1800, I believe. So you can see that there are total three, you can say that categories. One is this from period one to period one, the other one is period two to period two, and third is period three to period three. So this is what was mentioned in the deck, that controlling period. So this third is specifically for the controlling, but as per the agreement, it is not configured, you can say that, or it is not being used for controlling. So controlling will still be handled through these one. So same thing is going on, nothing has changed, that if you want to open, like if we take the example of this one, it's from period 1 to period 12. So it is open from January 26 to uh, December, or the last period of 2027. It is open this, and this is for the adjusting period. So just make it simple, like if we go, like we can say that we want only April to be March to be open. So we write 12 26 to 12/26. So it's mean March is open, and for we can write that if we want to open from April 27 to May 27. So it's the same thing, nothing has changed, just for the information for the people who are not involved in this thing, just for the information, additional information. So this is how it looks like. We have to copy same procedure for, but if you want to change something, like for the asset, if you want to restrict someone that no person can enter in asset accounting in the previous year. So in this case, you will just simply make it like 1 to change it to 27. So it's mean that only in 27 this person can enter it, but no entry he can enter in 2026. So this is, you can mix and match, but normally it's same thing which you do for all the asset accounting, customer, suppliers, material management. So this is how it works. So this remains the same, nothing has changed. So combination, you can make it according to your requirement. Again, details are there in the deck with the examples. You can see that. So FM module. So this one is a new module, as I mentioned. So now you can see the presence of FM module in all the transaction. There's additional transaction field. Whenever you enter it, you will see it. So FM is all over. Like when you are entering in FB50, you will find some additional field and reports. Again, just to mention it, that FM is only related to the budgets. So now what happened that all the budgets are entered in FM module, but there is something and there are some exceptions, as I mentioned in my last training, that the OPEX budget is still in controlling, but the internal audit related budget is going to be in FM. And this we'll discuss in tomorrow's meeting, where we enter the budget in asset module and see how it works. So commitment items, as you know, that commitment mean that any purchase acquisition or purchase orders in the system for the year end, and same with the budget. If there is something, so we have to carry forward to the next year. So this is something new, and there is only one T code, so do not worry about this thing. So in addition to other T codes, what we steps we have taken in our previous slides, FAGLTVR. Yes. So other than this FAGLGBTR for the GL accounting and subledger, so there is an additional step for the FM budget, FM module. So coming back to the slide, FM related. So in FM, there are two things: commitments carry forward. As I mentioned, commitments are purchase requisitions and purchase order that are pending for the closures. So this thing, and if budget is there relating to, in our case, is IO 4300 type. Only this IO type has budget in FM module. So for this budget and any purchase requisition and purchase order, we have to run one single T code, that is FMJ2. Simply we have to run it, and without any entering in any of the field, you just run it. So I will show in the screen as well. So being close for this, so there's a, just open the screen. So this one just again stressing out, highlighting, leave these fields blank to carry forward. What does it mean? Just to show, it's FMJ2. So FM order sender fiscal year, like if we were in March, we have to mention as 2027, something like this. Okay, so sender budget this, and this is what in the deck it is mentioned that leave these fields blank to carry forward all the commitment items for FM budget. Means that you don't have to select anything in that. It is for the restriction. Means that if out of 10 there's one grant you don't want to forward the budget of that grant, you have to mention in that case. Otherwise, you have to just mention the sender fiscal year. Sorry, sender is 2026. It's the receiver. If there is somewhere in some app, you will find receiver. So receiver is the future year. So sender is 2026, and you don't have to select anything unless you want something to restrict. So simply put this, execute it. So all data in FM module will be transferred to the next year. Pretty simple, straightforward. So again, the concept remains the same. Greens means everything is done. Red means that you have to take care of the error, what the error is. So this will go as it is. So now going back. Okay, so carry forward. So it's again stressing that for the just giving high level definition that for the year end closing. So if you are doing year end closing, make sure month end closing activities for the final period 12 must be completed. Then you will start the year end closing. Balance carry forward FAGL TVR. So now we actually see how it looks like in FAGL. So in FAGL, select the ledger. Just remember our ledger is public sector. Sometime if you will not find any details or entry in Fury apps and or in any of the GUI reports, it's because the ledger is incorrectly selected. So our is public sector, not leading ledger nor Ministry of Health. So select this one, company code is 1800, carry forward to fiscal year. So again, this activity is to carry forward the balance from the previous year to the new year, fiscal year, like from 2026 to 2027. Carry forward to, so in this case, it's to means 2027. And again, test run. And if you want if there's any message or error, if you want in detail, you can select this thing. It will give you the detail as well. So test run, we'll do this thing. We already did this, so nothing, yeah, because we already did. My year is already transferred to the next from 26 to 27, so nothing inside. But so this is how it will. Again, mentioning that this is the only step which is required to carry forward the balances in S/4HANA for GL as well as for all subledgers, mean AP, AR, asset accounting. So, and there's no GL separate GL account like F.07 is not required to transfer the balances. Only one single T code will help you to transfer the balances to next year. So again, you can see
Ali,
this.
in
Yeah.
the previous screen, there was an option aggregative or detailed, aggregated or detailed. In which cases we would choose detailed?
So in case of any error, like let's see if we have some error. So it is consistent with all the report of SAP. It's not related to this. Whenever you see some kind of detail line by line, so you can select any of them to just check the message. So it is for that. So first of all, we run with aggregate. Let's see what's the differences if there is
Okay,
something.
okay,
So it is only for these messages, like these are the messages. Okay. So it will help you if you click detail, but in detail, you will not see some of the items because it has so much details you will be confused. So again, it's your need that if you want put a detail and if there is some error is coming in that, it will help you a lot.
okay. Thank you.
So in case if there is some error or something, so then you will get the detail resolution for this thing.
Thank you.
Okay, again, same stress is given. This ensures that balances for GL, asset accounting, internal order, project WBS are carried forward consistently into the file. So same one T code, it will help you transfer the data from one year to next year. So this is the main idea that no other T code is required. And again, you can find the detailed steps in the deck if you want to go. Automatically, so in the balance carry is automatically updated. Yes, and so this point I already mentioned that in case like you are in 2027 April and you go back in March and make some entry, so you don't need to run again this FAGL GVTR for the carry forward because this T code, once you run it, you don't need it for that particular year. automatically balances will be updated in the next year. So this is what in this slide it is mentioned that it's automatically updated new process to the prior fiscal year. So this significantly reduced manual effort to compare ECC. Okay. Okay. So that's it. Again, just to summarize the things, these three things in our normal modules, like for foreign currency valuation, we have to run this T code, and this T code will not only update GL, but also any balances in subledgers like AP or any other. You can select that and run this thing. Second thing, nothing has changed for the period opening and closing, same thing, but there is additional period for the cost accounting, but this is not configured, so you don't have to worry about this thing. So nothing has changed in this. And year end, this T code FAGLGVTR is used. Only this T code is required to transfer or carry forward the balances of GL as well as the subledger. So I'm just stressing on the word subledger because previously we are using F.07 for the subledger. So in S4HANA next year in 2028 when we were there, so we will run this thing only this T account, no other T account. So these three areas in our normal modules, and as you know that there's a new module called FM module. So for this, to transfer the budget and Andre, it is only, I think it's related only to you because budget for IO 4300 type, we enter the budget in FM module. So next year, when we are transferring the funds, so at that time you have to use this additional T code FMJ2. So it will transfer budget of FM to next year in FM year. So this is the only new changes in S4HANA relating to closing. That's it.
Okay, thank you, because I already faced the problem this year. Because when the
Really?
year started, yeah, nobody explained to me that I need to transfer budgets to the new year. And then all of a sudden, uh, people started telling me that they cannot process invoices because there was not enough budget. But hey, no, it is enough. But that's the problem,
Oh,
was the budget was not transferred.
yes, that's the key thing. Yep, you're right. So, Andrea, also last thing, I mean, me and Asila first discussed, and same thing, if you remember last month, 1 month ago when Harish was there, we discussed about the FM budget relating to IO 4300 unconsumed budget, if you remember this thing. So this thing we have to provide to Deloitte. Deadline is not the deadline on 14th of May. So we'll discuss on Thursday. I will discuss with this thing. Same concept, nothing new. But because we have to enter the budget in FM model, as I mentioned. So we have to transfer the unconsumed budget from controlling to FM module. So this, I just give you again the hint what we are doing. So
Mhm.
you will be on the same page, me, Asila, and you.
Okay,
Okay, so again, request that in the same invitation you have a link for the survey regarding the training. Feel free to enter. It's for MMC, and please try to do some practice in the system. You have this thing, and any questions, I'm always available. Ping me. We can have a call, meeting, Teams meeting. I can explain again. No, I mean, and don't feel any hesitation on this thing. And thank you so much for your time. Tomorrow we'll discuss asset accounting. It will be interesting. And thanks again, everyone.
Thank
thank
you.
you, Ali.
Thank you.